So this is Gang Gamchan, Cavalry Versatility and Combo. Now, I wasn't sure if they were going to bring out more combo commanders so soon. I thought, maybe they're going to bring out some more skill commanders for cavalry, because obviously they've got wedge formation, and if everyone's going to move over to combo, then are they going to have to transfer from wedge to combo? I mean, obviously that's a Lilith. It's definitely going to benefit Lilith, isn't it? Because people are going to have to be spending on conversion stones and stuff. But yeah, he looks really cool for a start. I like these arrows over there as well. So, let's go into the skills. Gamchan Charge. Now, he's a Korean commander, isn't he? So, single target, and I did see that people weren't very happy about another single target commander. But Achilles does look so good, by the way, guys. I only think the thing that Achilles is missing is a decent heal. And obviously, if Achilles can heal, then when he's receiving damage and receiving those damage factors, may I say, then Pelion Spear is obviously going to occur more often, and your troop is going to survive better if you had that bit of healing. But it launches 2 combo attacks against target troop. Damage factor 1400, so that's 2800, which is pretty good, to be honest with you. For the next 5 seconds, this commander troop gains a Star Blessed effect. Cavalry units in the troop gain 5% health and 5% defense. Increases the healing. Also, there is healing from the Starlight skill by 100%. And obviously those are just the details of combo attack. Well, 100% is a massive percentage. I don't know why it just doesn't say just like doubles the healing, but anyway, 100%. So, Gamer Musa. This commander's troop takes 10% less damage while on the map. Cavalry units in their troop gain 20% march speed and 30% defense. Nothing crazy there. Damage reduction is nice. If this commander is in a field troop, okay, so this isn't a garrison commander, their troop deals 15% more normal damage, which is nice because normal damage boosts combo attack damage. Whenever their troop deals combo attack damage, it recovers a large portion of its slightly wounded units, 10% of the combo attack damage dealt. So that's interesting. I don't know how much healing that is going to be, but units healed by this skill cannot be healed by it again and cannot be severely wounded, but can be slightly wounded until they return to your city. That's pretty good. So yeah, they can't be healed again, but that's not really a problem because you very rarely heal the total amount of your troops that you've had in your army, but they can't be severely wounded afterwards. So in the past we've seen Richard I, who does a ton of healing. Obviously we used him back in KVK 1 or 2 and very early game. But what we found is that when you were fighting for long periods of time, you would gain a lot more severely wounded units just from all that healing you're doing. Yes, it's more survivable, but you're actually costing yourself more in the hospital, and it's going to be costly in terms of resources and stuff. And I think the same can be said for Shajar, because it's just normal healing. In fact, any huge healing commander, that was the case for. So I really like this. That's a real smart take on healing, and that is going to make the reports a lot better. And this is just going to be perfect for Achilles in my eyes. Open the floodgates. Whenever this commander's troop deals combo attack damage to a field troop, it has 30% chance to reduce the target's defense by 40% for 5 seconds. That's huge. This effect can trigger up to 3 times in a single second. What? But then it's cooldown 5 seconds. So it's basically a 100% chance that this is going to work. I mean, if it can trigger up to 3 times, 90%, if I'm reading that correctly, tell me if I'm wrong. Absolutely massive for 5 seconds as well. And then after that 5 seconds, you can recast this again. I think that is a really good skill, guys. Possibly going to be underrated by many people, but I've not seen anyone's videos on these commanders yet. So I'll probably looking after I've made this one. So this enhanced skill of Gamchan Charge launches 2 combo attacks. So this is obviously the active skill. Damage factor 1500, which, wait, what was it before? 1400. So that's such a slight improvement. But wait, let's get these. So 5% health, 5% defense. And now it's 10% health, 10% defense, and increases the healing by 150%. So although that's not a lot of extra damage factor, you got 10% more stats and 50% more healing from the Starlight skill, which I really don't know how much healing that is going to do. But if there's a lot of healing on this commander, I think pairing with Achilles is going to be absolutely broken, potentially. And again, I've not looked at those people that are running Achilles, although I know he's doing very well on the field. Now this moves us on to David IV. David the Builder. Yes, I've heard of this guy. He's a garrison commander, also combo, which I guess is good. He does AoE damage, okay, launches 2 combo attacks against up to 3 enemy troops in a fan, damage factor 1400, every additional target obviously reduced by 15%. So that's a decent amount of damage. Immediately cleanses 2 slow, 2. Immediately cleanses 2 slow, poison, exhaustion, or is that meant to be exhaustion, or other normal debuff effects from this commander's troops. For effects with multiple stacks, it cleanses 1 stack. So it cleanses 2 stacks. For effects with multiple stacks, it cleanses 1 stack. Okay, interesting. Launches 2 combo attacks to 3. Okay, so 2,800 damage factor, and then up to 3 enemy troops. That's not bad. I don't think that's bad at all. And let's see if we're going to be able to use this guy in the field. I'm guessing not. This commander's cavalry unit is getting 35% defense. If they are serving as a garrison commander, the garrison takes 10% less skill damage. The first part of the skill is fine if you're not in a garrison, but the second part, taking 10% less skill damage, you know what? It's not that big a deal. There's not a huge amount of commanders now in the game that are dealing skill damage. You know, more and more are coming out that aren't dealing skill damage. So 10% less skill damage, not great. There should have been 10% less damage in my opinion. If this commander is serving as a garrison commander, okay, so all of this skill is only going to be serving as a garrison commander. The garrison deals 10% more combo attack damage. Okay, it's not huge. Whenever the garrison launches a basic attack, it deals combo attack damage up to 3 nearby enemy troops. Damage factor 200. So up to 3, yeah, 200. Okay. And that's still reduced by 15%. Cooldown 3 seconds. That's not massive either. It just seems a very underwhelming skill in my opinion. Very underwhelming. So retaking the Caucasus. Whenever this commander troop uses an active skill while attacking a troop on the map, the target takes 40% more combo attack damage for the next 3 seconds. Now that sounds better. And again, you don't need to be in a garrison for this one. When this commander's troop uses an active skill while attacking a troop on the map, okay, yeah, exactly. 40% more combo attack damage. That's pretty huge. You know, if you're running, you could run this with Achilles also, or Arthur potentially, in the field, and taking that much more damage would be pretty OP. And then we have Restorer of the Kingdom. If this commander is serving as a garrison commander, again, the garrison takes 10% less damage. At least that's better than taking less skill damage. If its target is less than 50% unit remaining, the garrison deals 5% more damage. That is so tiny. That's such a small amount of damage, and that's him, so that's his active skill. I love this one though. So if you ran this commander at 5-5-1-5, I think he could make quite a decent field troop as well. I don't think he's going to be meta breaking in garrison. It just doesn't seem that amazing in a garrison situation. The garrison skills are very, very poor. But you guys tell me what you think. Anyway guys, this is me, Mr. Siege. I'll catch you on the next video. Bye bye.